the woman packed herself into a gift box to surprise the man. Just as the man was about to accept her confession, the woman suddenly fainted. When she woke up, she found herself in a strange mansion. Before she could react, the man downstairs yelled at her angrily. Then, ignoring her cries, he picked up a little girl and ran away. At that moment, the woman was completely confused. She had no idea what was going on. Just as she was in a daze, a maid came upstairs and called her madam. Seeing everything unfamiliar in front of her, the woman thought she was dreaming. She had just confessed to her crush. How did she end up married? The reality of it all made it even harder to believe. In an instant, the woman thought she had time traveled. The maid, seeing the woman's strange behavior, was so scared that she quickly made an excuse to leave. But at that moment, the woman's phone suddenly rang. She opened the phone to find a voice message with insults aimed at her. She quickly sent a reply, but was shocked to see the chat history, all filled with her own messages, and all were confessions she had sent. What stunned her even more was that the message timestamps were from 2025, 6 years ahead of the 2019 she knew. To get to the bottom of this, she immediately called her best friend, but when her friend heard her name, she hung up right away. This left her feeling incredulous, until, after 99 attempts, her best friend finally agreed to meet. However, even then, her best friend was furious, and not a single kind word was said. Although the woman felt absurd about traveling 6 years into the future, she had no choice but to tell her friend the truth, hoping to gain her trust. But upon hearing this, her best friend thought the woman was plotting something, and turned to ignore her. After the woman begged, her friend reluctantly softened, deciding to tell her about the ridiculous things the woman had done over the years. It turned out that after graduating, she married her crush and had a cute little daughter. But later, for some unknown reason, she fell madly in love with another man, a man who, in terms of looks and wealth, was far inferior to her husband. Yet, she felt like she had been bewitched, and became this man's pursuer. Upon hearing the truth, the woman was filled with regret. She had already married her crush and had a lovely daughter. She cursed herself as a scumbag, even slapping herself in the face. At that moment, the woman didn't know how to face her husband and daughter. When her husband came back from the hospital with the injured daughter, the woman wanted to explain herself, but her husband didn't even look at her. Looking at their pitiful daughter, the woman wanted to comfort her, but the man pushed her away with disgust. He no longer trusted her. The guilty woman silently followed behind. When the daughter was finally asleep, the woman tried to cover her with a blanket, but her sensitive husband thought she was going to harm their daughter again. He grabbed her and demanded an explanation. At that moment, the woman didn't know how to speak, because her memories only went back to when she was 18. Seeing her silent, the husband grew even angrier. He began to recount the woman's despicable behavior over the years. The woman, hearing about all the stupid things she had done, was filled with regret. She explained that she didn't know why it happened, and, fearing he wouldn't believe her, she could only beg for his forgiveness. But the man had already made up his mind. He wanted a divorce, and would even fulfill all her demands. The woman panicked, and cried, begging him not to leave. The man, puzzled by her sudden change in attitude, warned her not to play any more tricks, but the woman still pitifully begged him